When this playlist began, we stepped back into a moment in American history that most people never learned. A moment when freedom was new, the future was uncertain, and Black men stepped forward to wear the badge. 12 sheriffs, 12 counties, 12 stories of courage in the face of a nation still deciding who counted as equal. Walter Moses Burton, Prince Rivers, Sheriff Turner, James W. Mason, Monroe Baker, Robert H. Wood, William H. Johnson, Peter Crosby, Isaac W. Young, Washington Dunn, William B. Gibson, and Samuel Lowry. These were not just lawmen, they were symbols of possibility, living proof that Black leadership was not only possible, but powerful. They protected communities that had only just tasted freedom. They enforced laws in counties where their very presence challenged centuries of racial hierarchy. They stood between their people and the violence that tried to drag America backward. And they did it with dignity, with discipline, with a courage that still echoes across time. But their rise did not go unnoticed. White supremacists watched these men with fear, jealousy, and rage. Because every election they won, every badge they wore, every courtroom they walked into was a reminder that the old order was dying. So the backlash came. Ballot boxes were blocked. Courthouses were surrounded. Freedmen's Bureau offices were burned. Newspapers mocked them. Night riders threatened them. And entire governments rewrote laws to strip them of the power they had earned. Some were forced out of office. Some were run out of their counties. Some simply disappeared from the record, erased on purpose. But here's the truth. White supremacy could never erase. They were sheriffs. They were leaders. They were protectors of justice in a time when justice was fragile. And they succeeded. They built schools. They defended voters. They kept the peace in counties that wanted anything but peace. They proved that Black authority was not a dream. It was a reality. Their stories were buried, but not lost, not forgotten, not gone. Because today, right here in this playlist, we brought them back into the light. These 12 sheriffs remind us that progress has always had enemies, but it has always had heroes too. And their legacy lives on in every Black law officer who serves today, in every community that refuses to be silenced, and in every story we reclaim from the shadows of history. This concludes the Reconstruction Sheriffs playlist, but their impact, their courage, their legacy will continue to shape every episode of Black Justice Untold, because their stories were never truly gone. They were hidden, and we brought them home. This is Black Justice Untold, bringing light to the lawmen who stood for freedom when the world stood against them. And as always, we honor the past, we uplift the truth, and we reclaim the stories that were never meant to be forgotten. Like, comment, and subscribe to help keep our stories alive.